Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be stuffing our August sinking funds. So we're going to jump right on into it. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. My name is Janelle. I'm a wife and a mother of one, and we are expecting our second child in November. And on here we do all things cashless budgeting. So before we go to doing our cashless stuffing, we're going to go through the categories just so that sorry if y'all can hear my family in the background. Our starting balances. So for car maintenance, we're starting off at $228. For clothes, we're starting off at $150. For family fun, we're starting off at $350.29. For health, we're starting off at $294.72. For holiday and gifts, we're starting off at $256.54. For home maintenance, we're starting off at $253.23. For kids, we're starting off at $240. Yes, baby?
My dad says, I want my mama. And Daddy says,
yeah.
And she wake up.
Oh, man. Yeah, Daddy woke up. Kids is at $240.51. Pet is at...
$251.
Yes. Pet is at...
$251.
Okay, honey. Can we go play until Mommy's done, please?
Man.
It's okay. Mommy will be done in just a second, okay?
Boo boo.
Yes. All right. Pet is $226.01. Subscriptions is starting off at $1174.42. Vacation is starting at $434.97. So our total sinking funds is at $3,580.97. For our savings, our emergency fund is looking so much better, y'all. It's starting off at $2,566. Rainy day is at $325.28. Home projects is starting off at $350. Moving is starting off at $10. Leanna, which is baby girl that was just in here, is starting off at $237. Baby number 2 is starting off at $4. And for savings, we are at $3,426.94. So in total, we are at $7,700.91. And I normally check my savings challenges, so let me go look at what it was at. So savings challenges were starting off at $2,469.44, and I don't include my savings challenges in like my sinking funds or savings because this money is normally being saved to go into these categories over here. So now we're going to go ahead and stuff our sinking funds. Okay. And y'all, this is just real life. I do have a toddler, and she wants all of our attention. And so, yeah. So now we are going to be looking at our sinking funds. I did condense my sinking funds. It may not look like I did because prior to this, I had maybe 5 categories, but there are a million different subcategories underneath it. These are all of the things that we need. I thought about it long and hard, wanted to make sure that what I was saving for made sense. It wasn't too frivolous or anything like that, but it was just what our family needed in this season. I am so open to always changing your budget in whatever season you're in to make your budget work. And this is just where we are right now. So we are going to open up for our sinking funds, and we are going to start off with car maintenance. Okay, so for car maintenance, I'm doing green. We are going to start off with, what is this called? Car maintenance. Sorry, y'all. And we are going to be putting in a deposit of $10, which will bring us to $210.28. And for car maintenance, I'm just slowly building this up. This will cover all of like our car registrations because we do have 2 vehicles, and then any small car repairs that we may need. This won't cover much, but as it slowly builds up, that's what its purpose will be. Also any like car washes for me, because I really have this place I love going to that really washes and deep cleans the inside of my car very well. So that will be coming up soon. Next is going to be clothes, and this is something that I had added because I do believe that we need this. Now that we're going to be becoming a family of 4, we are going to need to just start plotting for saving up for more of like a semi-yearly like bulk buying of certain things like undergarments, socks, shirts, shorts, and mostly for me and my husband. But anything that like, especially Leanna as she gets older, being able to bulk buy those things. So we're going to be adding $3 because right now it's not something huge, and $153 should do well for me and my husband going into maternity leave, because that's what I really wanted to save for, was to have some money just to prepare for like the winterish time, any clothing we may need to go into maternity, really, because honestly, the size that I am now is almost kind of the size that I was at the end of my pregnancy with baby girl. And so, yeah, I'm a little bigger, y'all. I'm a little bigger. And I should be writing this over here as well, too. So we had 10 and 3. Now it's going to be family fun and events. So this was like my entertainment binder that I had prior. And what was it? Family is going to get $10. And this is just for all of our small family trips that we will have in the future. Or any entertainment. Maybe we go to the movies, the zoo, or anything like that. Just something that's like an actual like event that would cost us money, that's kind of like planned for, or even if it's unplanned, this is where that money would come out of. And so family fun is at 10. And this is growing up nicely at $360. I don't think that we have much going on for the rest of the year. I do want to I take that back, because we may potentially, me and baby girl with another mom, may be potentially doing an event sometime in August. So we may use some money out of there. Next is going to be health. Health is very, very important, y'all, because now, like I said, I don't even know why I wrote this number. Now that we're going to have 4 people in the house, keeping up with dental appointments, vision appointments, any doctor appointments, any major surgeries or anything like that, we're going to need to make sure that we have money in that account. So we are slowly still focusing on building this up a lot and needing to be strategic on how we're spending it as well too, because I don't know what to expect with this second child in terms of whether they will need something or not need something. And so we just want to make sure that we are prepared. So we'll be at 320.72 for our health. And we're just slowly building that up. If you don't know, I did a video earlier on this year, maybe around June, May or June, where I did pay off my OBGYN's, like all of his bills for my C-section. But I do know that there will be costs for baby once she is here. However, when I last checked, because it's very delayed, so I'll have to follow up with y'all like closer to that timing, but I'm pretty sure I will have paid my total out of pocket as well too. So everything will then be covered at 100%. And so I should not have anything to worry about for the remainder of the year when it comes to those things, which would actually be nice because then that would also give me the opportunity to build up my health fund. I do like sometime in the fall to make sure that I stock up on like Tylenol, Motrin, cold and flu for everyone in the house, because definitely having kids in daycare is no joke when it comes to getting sick. For the most part, we do pretty well, but you just never know. Next is going to be holiday and gifts. I just put holiday, but it really is holiday and gifts. So this is going to be for the remainder of the year, some of our bigger holidays like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, buying foods for those things, and gifts as well too. And as much as I would love for this time to be magical, we are having another job during this time, and we are just going to be minimal. Baby girl really doesn't need anything. So we'll be at 354. So we can do just something small and then just make memories in terms of like, since I'll be home, some of the fun things that I'm thinking about is just like making cookies together and decorating the house. And, making little Christmas or Thanksgiving projects, just those little things that don't cost much, because she honestly really doesn't care about gifts. So holiday got 4. Next is going to be home maintenance. And for home maintenance, this is just maintaining our household, you all. And this, once again, I am slowly building up. My husband is amazing and he keeps up with all of our like house maintenance stuff. So mostly we've just been changing like AC filters. I do need to write a note to myself that I need to call our water system to change out our water filter. So like that will come out of there, and just anything like pest control and things like that we have going on. We would be able to take care of that out of here. So we're going to have $17 go into here, and I'm doing 253 plus 17 brings us to 270. 23. And honestly, knock on wood, somewhere, we don't normally spend too much during the winter time than we do in the spring/summertime. So I am hoping that if we don't have to, we'll have to get like AC filters, but to build this up maybe to at least 500, because with that we like to pay out in the springtime, change out our flowers in our front yard, and kind of do all of the things, and so that would come out of house maintenance. Next is going to be kids. I moved the kids binder-esque from my cashless envelopes to a sinking funds, because right now I currently just use my Discover credit card, charge everything, and pay it back every week. I have been very disciplined and I've been doing a very good job, and it's just all about tracking, which I'm really good at. So for kids, this is for everything kids related, which as I'm talking to y'all, I remember that I need to print baby girl school's calendar, because they have sent us their calendar up until June of 2026, which allows me to prepare for closures, any kind of activities and things like they have. So I will be adding on here, but they are having Superhero Day coming up sometime in August. So I need to buy baby girl either an outfit or a shirt or something for that. And then we're going into September. I know they'll be closed for Labor Day, and then that's all I can remember. I do know that they're going to have an October Fall Festival in October, so I'll want to make sure that we prepare for that, and just all the things. So this kids is going to be for all things kids, school registration. So I'll still do a savings challenges for like back to school to add into that account, but outside of back to school, you know, all of the things, diapers, wipes, formula, or whatever that involves the kids will come out of here. So for kids, because this is a lot more important and something we need to stay focused on, 340.51. I'm putting $100 into here. Home maintenance got 17, y'all. I forgot to write it over here, and kids got 100 into here. And things are just so much more expensive, y'all, that even this is like not even enough. You need double or triple of this, because when you purchase one thing, it goes by so quickly. Next is going to be pet. I keep writing pets, but we only have one, and this is for our bearded dragon. And we are adding $11 because we're getting closer to probably depleting all of this to be able to redo Xerxes' cage. So we have 237.01 in here. And then next is going to be subscriptions. This is also a very big, important one for our household as well too. So we are going to be adding $100 here, and this will bring us to $1274.42. And that is because we've already paid our my car insurance for the next 6 months. And everything else in this $1174 is covered, which is our Sam's membership, the next two or the last two Love Every kits for this year, and Walmart Plus. So all of that is saved in here. So what I'm trying to do is, because when I go on maternity leave, I won't have these huge chunks of money. So we need to save about like $2,600 more to be able to cover for car insurance in January, and our... Okay, maybe it's not $2,600, y'all, because I'll have money left over. So maybe about like $1,400 more to cover for car insurance and our HOA. So that's what we're going to be working on. And I want to say for the last 2 years, I have not had to go into debt for any of those subscriptions that I have talked about, because I've been able to fully fund and save for those. So that's what I want to continue to do. Lastly is our vacation. This is like our big vacation we take once a year. We are still saving for this, because this vacation will go towards our next year's vacation. And we are going to put $20 in here. So let's put that here. And we're just slowly building this up. It's not a full-on priority, but it is. So 454.97. And you'll see the changes that we make in January, because my husband is going to be putting some more money towards these accounts as well. As he is right now focusing on paying off a huge chunk of like his personal debt, which will free up some money for him. So that is everything for our sinking funds, you guys, just to give y'all an insight on what's my thought process as I'm putting money to each of these categories. Next, these are going to be our savings. Now, I know that I put a little bit of money into savings, and I do this kind of purposefully because I want to make sure that the money that I put into my savings, because it's not something I use every month or anything like that, that I'm taking my time and slowly building it, so that I don't get this feeling of, oh my gosh, we needed this money and I put it towards savings and I don't want to take it out. Doing these videos really do like help me stay accountable in what I'm spending my money and where am I putting it. So I am very like conscious about that. So for our emergency fund, we are putting in $10. And this is really what I've been doing, is slowly building it. Whenever I've gotten some huge chunk of money, I did make sure to put money, huge chunks of money in there, so y'all can see from the beginning of the year, we started off at 905. We had to do some roof repairs, and then we've just been adding. So we're going to be putting $10 into here, which will bring us to 2510.66, and that's where we are. And I'm feeling good because this is building and building and building. The goal is to somewhat move, hopefully, if we get some extra money, to try and get down to $3,000 at the end of the year, to just have somewhat of a starter emergency fund. I'm happy that we've even gotten to here, because if we did have some sort of small emergency, 2510 would be able to cover some of that without us having to go into debt. So that is a good feeling to have, especially when we're adding a second child into the mix. So emergency fund got $10. Next is our rainy day fund. And we are adding into here $6. And that should bring us to $331, but let me just double check. Yes. So $331.28. Honestly, this rainy day funds, I'm thinking that maybe if I get to $350, I will stop putting money into here, because really this rainy day fund sits in our operating savings account. We don't really get any money from saving money in there, but I want to show that we have some savings in that account just for any reasons. And this is only, honestly, if we ever need like any extra money. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all, sometimes I feel like, why do I have a rainy day fund? Or should I just save that money, leave it there, and then do a rainy day fund, but have it in our like sinking funds somewhere, so that if I really needed to use it, I have it? Or not really worry about that and just use extra money to put into all of our other categories, so that when we do have a hiccup, the money is there. But yeah, I go back and forth with how I feel about my rainy day funds. Next is going to be home improvements or home projects. I think we've talked about, we're going to put $9 into here. Talked about some of the things we need to fix. So I know that we're going to need a new roof, unfortunately. It's barely 5 years old, y'all, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're not going to talk about it. And then we also have our backyard that we need to redo. We also want to redo the flooring in our house, potentially because they're starting to bubble a little bit. So we have those things, and I'm just slowly saving for them. Most of them, or the only thing that's kind of really a priority, is our roof. But it is holding up. And I don't want to jinx nothing, but the weather has been holding down with us. So we may make it through this summer. Next is going to be moving. I know I've talked about this a couple of times, but my husband does want us to move back to Florida. Don't know if that's going to ever really be a thing. It would be beneficial to all of us because we have our friends and family there. And I don't have like my best friends and my family here. I have a few people that I love and cherish, and that's no like knock to them. But yeah, it would be nice, but there's so many different implications in terms of pricing, jobs, interest rates on homes and things like that as well too. That also just makes it sometimes a little bit impractical, but we're not moving right now. So like, you never know. what will happen in the future. So I just want to make sure that I slowly save for that because I'm learning. I should have been saving like I said I was for a baby, but we were just so sure we weren't having another one, and here we are, y'all. So I'm going to learn from my past mistakes. Next is going to be Leanna. She is going to get her $12. And so she will now be at $249, at $249 in her savings. And that's standard every month because I'm doing sort of like that Gerber challenge that they had where you save your kid's age each week. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Each week. So she's 3 years old right now. And so however days are in the month, which I think I'm off here because it probably should have been 15. But we'll figure that out a different day. And then lastly is baby girl number 2. And she's kind of getting a head start because we know better. And so I'm just doing it. You can't do 0, so I'm doing 1. So she's getting $4 and now she's at 8. So she got $4. So y'all, we did went ahead and put $343 to our sinking funds and savings. And even though this is not like maybe a lot of money like that you may see other people put towards their savings, just as we were going through this and seeing how much money I have in my sinking funds and how I'm plotting and planning, definitely makes me feel good that I am putting my money towards the important things and staying within budget. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.